Hi all, Max Tutunikov here with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Carolina Sun Real Estate. How are you guys doing today? In my Why Move to Charleston video, I named 5 reasons why I think Charleston is a good place to move to. In this video, I would like to focus on the opposite side. I'm gonna tell you why I think it's not all rainbows and butterflies here. I think that there are 3 big blocks of cons of living in Charleston, South Carolina area, and they are as follows: the weather, the growth, and tourism. In my Why Move to Charleston video, I named the weather, climate, and the growth as the reasons why I chose Charleston as my home. But this time around, there's gonna be another side of the coin. Let's start with the weather here. Charleston is a coastal city, and the weather here can be unpredictable. But I would say it's a predictable, unpredictable weather, because when it comes to hurricanes as the main concern of the people, we all know when they will be here days in advance, so there is always time to get ready and, if needed, evacuate. Another concern associated with the weather are the floods, and it does flood. Some areas do flood bad here. But there are plenty of areas that actually do not get affected by floods that much at all. And I would say that, guys, with the help of an expert, or with the help of a local expert who will help you navigate the market around here, you should not have a problem with flooding. And even if you do have to get a flood insurance, the cost of living compared to living up north, for example, even with a built-in flood insurance, is still going to be lower in this area. And if you're gonna say that it's too hot here in the summer, guys, what's the point of living on the coast at the beach and not have a hot weather? That's the whole idea. Now let's talk about the second block, which is the growth. And I would say it's the fast growth that is the problem, because the reason the growth is an issue is because infrastructure in a lot of situations just does not keep up. You can see the roads are getting more congested. The market becomes seller's market because we are lacking land. We are a coastal city. We can only grow inland. The more inland we go, prices get cheaper. But at the same time, if you want to live in the center, if you want to live in Charleston, the amount of properties and amount of homes over there is limited. That's why it's a seller's market, and that is why the growth in this situation is a negative factor. Also, because of how many people are moving down here, small things like parking situation downtown, they become a little bit iffy. And I would say that because of the reasons I named above, because of how coastal cities develop, residential areas and the spread of suburbs is a little bit it's just getting a little bit too far. If you're gonna look at such neighborhoods as Nexton, it might take you sometimes about 40 minutes to get to downtown Charleston, and it's even growing more and more. So the growth in this regard might be a con, just because of commute, because of those issues and congestion of the roads. Also gonna notice that construction just does not stop in the area. There are so many things that are being built, which is one hand is a good thing. It's jobs, it means more businesses are moving down here. But at the same time, after living here for a little bit, you might get a little bit tired of seeing the construction happening all the time. The good part is, I think that soon you will see that it's gonna kind of stop, especially in Charleston, because the way it moves inland, there is just gonna be at some point, there is not gonna be a room to grow and build something new. So residents of Charleston and North Charleston can kind of relax, I guess, when it comes to a lot of construction. It's not gonna last forever. This third block is tourism. Some people will say that they don't like living here because Charleston feels too touristy, and I totally get it. The influx of people in the summer can be overwhelming. It's the same, like we already have congested roads, and then in the 3 months or 4 months, when the weather gets warmer, you're gonna see how that a lot of more license plates from out of town folks, and it gets crazy, especially like around Folly Beach. Sometimes the traffic jams there are enormous. It's crazy. And also tourism leads to such a thing as higher sales tax, especially in the city of Charleston. We are sitting at 9% sales tax, which is a little bit upsetting for people who live around here. And if I want to go and shop on King Street, you know, in those unique boutiques and stores, sometimes I will have to shell out just a little bit more because of how touristy the area is and how the city is trying to address that situation and get money from tourists for the city development. Also, I think there is a cons when it comes to tourism, that the city and the area are so focused on history and heritage and culture that in some ways the variations of entertainment activities are limited. You know, like as a young guy, you know, sometimes I want to go to a club, you know, but Charleston doesn't really offer a lot of options when it comes to that. Not necessarily a bad thing, because I mean, club scene sometimes is associated with drugs and other crimes, but at the same time, I wish there were a little bit more. Sometimes I wish there was a little bit more variety in entertainment. So to sum it up, it's the weather, the pace of growth, and the touristy nature of the area that are the negative factors of living in Charleston area. If you guys agree or disagree, please comment below. I would like to know your opinion. Like my video, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.